Hello brothers and welcome back to another video. So we have some glorious leaks to go over today. I can't remember the last time we actually went over some leaks. These are going back to the good old days. This is from the White Dwarf magazine, and it's from Index Imperial Assassins. This is going to be coming out in the March edition. So let's jump in and let's take a look. So the first page in the leak, the thing that stands out for me the most, of course, you have the abilities. The following abilities are common to the Officio Assassinorum units. Now, the thing that stands out here is the execution force, so long as your warlord has the Imperium keyword. Now, the Imperium keyword, I'm sure Cypher has the Imperium keyword. Can someone just double check for that? But I'm definitely sure he has it. I'm sure Genestealer Cultist have it as well, if I'm not mistaken. So technically, you could make a Officio Assassinorum Genestealer unit, or attach them to your Genestealers, or bring it with Cypher and possibly Chaos. I'm not sure how that works, and I don't know if that's like a loophole or anything like that, but that's where my mind went to as soon as I read the Imperium keyword. Right, if we go further down, it says if the detachment contains no HQs, however, if you do so, that detachment command benefit are changed to none unless the detachment contains exactly one Vindicator Assassin, one Calidus Assassin, one Eversor Assassin, and one Calixus Assassin. It says independent operative. This model can never have a Warlord trait during deployment. You can have this set up in concealment instead of placing it on the battlefield. Just the normal stuff that we would do. Now, the next big thing is the stratagems. This is where the fun begins for me. And the first stratagem we have is called Operative Requisition Sanctioned. So this is 1/3 command points. It said this stratagem costs 1 command point if you are playing a match play game, or 3 command points otherwise. You can only use this stratagem if your warlord has the Imperium keyword. So there we go, back with the Imperium keyword again. It can really add a lot to this. Use this stratagem during the deployment. Add 1 Officio Assassinorum unit of your choice to your army. Remember that in match play you must pay reinforcement points for any new unit added to your army. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. The one below that is 1 command point, and it's priority threat neutralized. So it says use this stratagem after an enemy character model is slain by an Officio Assassinorum unit from your army. You gain 2 command points or 3 command points if the character was your opponent's warlord. You can also use this stratagem once for each enemy character model slain. So that's pretty interesting. You can basically earn command points back. So if you take the previous command, if you use the previous Operative Requisition Sanctioned, you can basically earn his point cost back in command points, which I think is pretty decent. So it's turning out that the Officio Assassinorum are quite beastly at the moment when it comes to these stratagems, and we're not even like a bit through it. So let's jump on to the next ones. And we have double kill Vindicator Stratagem. Striking from the perfect vantage point, your Vindicator Assassin has been known to fell a second foe before the body of the first has even hit the floor, because he's a badass, that's why. So it says, by the way, I can't make out, oh sorry, yes I can, because it's on the next page. I'll try and include the next page rather than the page which I was actually reading from. So it says 1 command point, this is for double kill. It says, use a stratagem in your shooting phase after a Vindicator Assassin from your army shoots. That model can shoot 1 additional time this phase and must be at a different target. That is very, very good. That is really, really, really good, because Vindicator Assassins, they are probably one of the best shooters out there, if I'm not mistaken. So you can basically, and it's 1 command point as well. It's really, really cheap. So adding this to like a guard army where you've got a ton of command points, or maybe a Space Marine army, it's probably going to be fitting with guard the best if you've got all the command points. You can really put out some DACA when you come to your shooting phase, especially with this stratagem. The one below that is Turbo Penetrate Around, giggity, ripping through even the dentist flesh of your armor before detonating. This special ammunition is the bane of vehicles and monstrous beasts alike. So it says, use this stratagem in your shooting phase after an attack made with an Ectus pistol, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that wrong, or an Ectus rifle by a Vindicator Assassin from your army scores a hit against a target that is either a vehicle or a monster. Do not make a wound roll for that attack. Instead, that hit inflicts D3 mortal wounds on the target. If this stratagem is used, then the headshot ability does not apply to that attack. So again, that's 1 command point, so you can basically do D3 mortal wounds. Again, you're leaving yourself to the dice gods then, if you want to do that, but maybe some people like to play down that road. The next one we have is, again, 1 command point. They're really, really cheap, these stratagems. Is called Acrobatic, and this is a Calidus stratagem. stratagem. Calidus assassins strike with such speed and grace that their targets rarely land a single defensive blow. So it says, use this stratagem in your movement phase. Choose one Calidus assassin from your army. That model can advance and charge this turn. In addition, until the start of the next battle round, subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks that target the chosen model. So that is pretty decent as well. So, you know, if you want to get this into combat very, very fast, then that is probably the stratagem that you want to be using. And the one below that, the next one is 2 command points, and this is called Supreme Deception. Again, this is a Calidus assassin. Opposites of the Calidus temple are peerless infiltrators able to disrupt any chain of command. I read about this in the Beast Horizon. It made me cry. Use this stratagem at the start of any battle round. After the first, choose a Calidus assassin from your army. That model's reign of confusion ability is considered to be in effect until the end of the battle round. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. So that is a once per battle stratagem, and that is 2 command points. I'm not really familiar with the where is it? Where's the ability called? The confusion ability. Again, I'm not really familiar with assassins as a whole. So I'm not really sure if that's effectful or not. If you've played with this, if you like this, let me know in the comment section. Do you think that's a good stratagem or not? Next two, we have the both, well, sorry, no, they're not. One's for the Calixtus and one's for the Eversor. So the first one is called Pariah's Gaze, and this is for the Calixtus Assassin's Calixtus Stratagem. Again, 1 command point. The pure negativity of a Calixtus Assassin's soulless presence is focused through their war gear. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase before choosing a Calixtus Assassin to shoot with. Until the end of the battle phase, the damage characteristics of the model's ranged weapons is increased to D3. Again, very, very cheap command point, and you're going to be putting out more damage, so that is very, very nice for you Calixtus guys. The next one is 2 command points, and this is called Stim Overload. I like this. Dangerous levels of Frenzon flood the Eversor system, triggering a frantic killing spree. like they did more to like kill. Use this stratagem at the end of the fight phase. Choose an Eversor assassin from your army to fight with. Even if that model has already fought this place, after that model has fought, roll 1d6. On a 1, 2, or 3, it suffers 1 mortal wound. Oh, so basically you can really, really hurt yourself that one, but is it going to be worth it? I'm not too sure. I'm sure people are going to play with it and see if it's actually going to be worth it in the end. The next one is Calixtus again. This is Soul Horror. I love the name of these things. An aura of nameless fear surrounds operatives of the Calixtus temple, freezing the hearts of their foes. Use this stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Choose 1 Calixtus assassin from your army. Enemy units within 3 inches of that model cannot be chosen to fight this phase until after all other units have done so. Even if they've charged, if one of those units have the ability that allows them to fight first in the phase, they instead fight in this phase as if they do not have the ability. Okay, that's pretty decent. But again, do you mean if that can that be used against stuff like Custodes? Lore-wise, Custodes don't care, but then again, you know, rules-wise and stuff like that. Okay, I can see it to try and balance it out, but lore-wise, my Custodes were like, so what? I'm going to hit you in the head anyway. And the last one is Hyper-Metabolism. My God, thank God I've pronounced that one right. Eversor Stratagem. Chemically augmented in the extreme, the bodies of the Eversor Assassin can weather injuries that would otherwise prove fatal. Use your stratagem at the start of any phase. Choose 1 Eversor Assassin from your army. Until the end of that phase, roll 1d6 each time that model loses a wound, excluding those lost at the result of a mortal wound. On a 4+, the wound is not lost. So you basically got a nice little invul save there on a 4+. Very, very nice. Very, very cool. Looking like the assassins are going to be a nice little addition to your armies. And these are the point costs right at the end. So Vindicator Assassin, this is per 1. Everything's per 1 unit. So Vindicator is 85, Calidus is 85, Eversor is 85, Calixtus is 85. So decent priced as well. I know one time my friend brought like 12 assassins to one game and my other friend raged. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm sure they're watching the video and he's giving them quite a little giggle. It was very, very funny at the time. The only problem I see about all of this at the moment is the format of the release of the White Dwarf. So just let me grab your ear for a second, right? So, for example, let's say I want to play Crimson Fists, right? I want to go to a game, I want to play Crimson Fist, and I want to have an attachment of assassins with me as well. So now I'm going to need to bring the rulebook, I'm going to need to bring chapter approved. I'm going to need to bring the Space Marine Codex. I'm going to need to bring a White Dwarf copy, which has the Crimson Fist stuff in it. Now I need to bring the White Dwarf copy, which has the Assassin stuff in it as well. It seems it's getting to a point where there's got to be a massive book pile-up if they're going in this direction with certain factions and all that kind of stuff, adding the cool stuff. It's really, really cool stuff, but it's just the fashion of the release they're doing it is just making a massive book pile-up for me. So I'm hoping very, very soon they'll like put all this into like one kind of book, or something's got to come out in a digital kind of format where I can take it, because the last thing I want is to be hauling around, 6 or 7 books just to play one game of 40k. So that is my only downside to the way that this is being released at the moment. But beside that, I love it. I really do like it. I'm definitely going to be adding some to my army, and the definitely looks like it's going to be worth it. Some of them stratagems, they seem absolutely badass. With the gun lines that I'm planning for my Space Marine forces, just a couple of snipers, either flank or something to really put down the brutalness of my fire support. But yeah, I like it. I really, really like it. So great job when it comes to the rules and the stratagems and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching this video once again. Again, this is really, really cool. I haven't done like a leak video in so long because GW have basically put it under the thumb, but now we have a nice little leak video to get back into. Thank you for watching the video. If you've got any questions, any responses about it, do you like it, do you hate it, anything like that, leave it below in the comment section below, and we can have a nice little chat as well. If you want to go and check out all these images for yourself, I'll include an Imgur link in the description of the video, and you can go and read it and share it and do whatever you want with it. I'm sure that GW are going to release an article anytime now today. Anytime an article will be going up officially, since these leaks have come out, and they'll have like all the nice images of it and all that kind of stuff. But until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. See you now, and bye-bye.